This is The Oil with Manning and Jacko, and it starts now. This is The Oil with Manning and Jacko, and it starts now.
Welcome back to the Junior Oil with Manning and Jacko after a very, very tough loss tonight, Josh. The Junior Oilers Blue falling to the St. Albert Raiders by a score of 2-1. It came down to the last 5 minutes, Josh, where we always like to say on the broadcast, next goal win territory, but tonight, I mean, in my opinion, I think you agree with me that the better team won the game tonight.
Yeah, St. Albert outplayed the Junior Oilers Blue quite handily in the first 40 minutes of the game. Third period, though, it was a different story. In the third period, The Oilers outplayed St. Albert. The shots were 18 to, I think, 8 in the third period in favor of the Oilers.
Yeah.
But they were unable to solve Zarowski. The only goal they were able to get on Zarowski was kind of a fluke. Dante Moreau got hit. And as he was getting hit, he threw the puck on net, and it somehow beat Zarowski. It was a weird goal.
It was weird.
And that was in the second period, but that was the only time they were able to beat Kay Zarowski. And other than that, St. Albert pretty much controlled the majority of the play. And, the better team did win that hockey game. Yep. And so St. Albert improved to 19-7. They go into first place with 40 points. And the Oilers fall to 16-6 and 5, and they will be in second with 38 points after the night is done. It's kind of unfortunate because the other two Junior Oilers teams won today. Junior Oilers Orange, big win, just keep pace with Fort Saskatchewan as they're chasing Fort Sask in the standings. And Fort Sask won today.
Fort Sask won. Fort Sask has 2 more games played than Junior Oilers Orange.
So they got a couple games
confidence, in hand. I mean, they're going to win those games. So they'll be ahead.
Think so. Yeah. And then our ladies remain unbeaten.
Gosh, 21-0.
21-0. So the two other teams did their job, and St. Albert in this hockey game did their job and came out right from the puck drop, the opening puck drop, completely outplayed the Oilers, and they didn't look back until the third period. And the third period, like I said, the Oilers came back with a little bit of a push, but it was too little too late, right?
Yep.
St. Albert, there's a reason why they're the first team in the division.
Yeah, and we'll get to our scoring summary and then 3 stars of the night. We'll start with the scoring summary. Evan Shula getting on the board on the power play, getting a nice little goal in the chaos there, assisted by Zach Zelensky and Joseph Stabile. That's Shula's 6th goal of the year. He also later would miss a empty net. They missed 2 empty nets on the power play, which one of them he didn't handle the puck right, but definitely Shula missed another one to make it.
Well, because he got the shot away, and it was a gaping net. But he missed the net by like 2 or 3 feet. But luckily for him, it doesn't come back to haunt him.
Yep. Then Dante Moreau ends up scoring that fluky goal that Josh was talking about while getting hit and just throwing it on the ice. There's some weird stuff going on with Zarowski earlier in that game. He went to the trainer a few times with some sort of wipe. We couldn't really tell, but
maybe it was something in his eye.
There was something going on there, but he let in a fluky goal, which we don't really see from any goalie, really.
Yeah, it was an easily stoppable shot.
Yeah.
So maybe, the only thing I can think of is maybe something was in his eye or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that was Moreau's 5th of the season, assisted by Gabriel O'Brien, Michael Schau. We'll get into that line in a second. But then Ozzie McIntyre scoring the GWG, his 16th of the season, 38 points for the kid.
Yeah.
Assisted by Zach Zelensky getting his 2nd point of the night.
That was a 2-on-1.
Yep.
That the Oilers gave up, and I mean that was the game.
It went the other way.
What was the time of that goal? It was late in the third period.
17:46. So there was 3 minutes-ish in that hockey game left. Then Matthew Lenz putting in the empty netter after kind of a risky decision by Paprini to just pull the goalie. Which I mean, either way, the Junior Oilers couldn't handle the puck at the end after it got into their zone.
Yeah, there was no urgency for them.
Yeah, which was unfortunate. They couldn't get the puck, and that was your scoring summary for tonight. Josh, could you guess the shots from tonight?
I looked at them. They became closer because the Oilers got 18 shots in that third period. I think it was like 37-34 or something like that.
Yeah, 37-31. So a Blue finds a way. I mean, the third period shots were 18-8, but
Yeah.
they outplayed St. Albert in the third period. With the first two, I mean, you start off 12-7 the shots. If you're, you just can't do that, Josh. In the first period.
I mean, they dug themselves too. Like it was a tie game after the first 40. It shouldn't have been a tie game. After the first 40 minutes, they got outplayed. The Oilers did.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were unable to solve Zarowski.
Yeah.
Pretty much at all. I mean, it was a fluky goal that Moreau scored, but other than that, Zarowski was he stood on his head in the third period there, made a lot of good saves.
Yeah.
Kept it tied and allowed his team. That's all you ask for your goalie is allow your team a chance to win, and that's what he did.
Sure. Yeah, he had a great night other than that first goal, and he was kind of shaky a little earlier. I'm not sure if there was something medically going on, but yeah, he was very solid in this game, 917 save percentage throughout the season, so he's a excellent goaltender. Another topic I wanted to get into, like I just mentioned earlier, Dante Moreau, Gabriel O'Brien, and Lucas Phillips were the Junior Oilers' second line for tonight. They were looking pretty on fire tonight, Josh.
Yeah, it was their best line.
Yeah.
They generated a lot of offense, a lot of scoring chances. O'Brien, with his big body, was imposing his will in the offensive zone. Phillips, with his silky hands, he made some nice dekes.
Yeah.
And Moreau got the lone goal, and he was all around the net, getting some opportunities on Zarowski, but they were unable to solve him.
Yeah.
Zarowski played a good third period and played a good game overall, and unfortunately for the Oilers, and specifically that line, they were unable to beat Zarowski, other than that one goal from Moreau. And they just got outplayed in the third period. They gave up a 2-on-1 late. Zielinski and McIntyre, 2-on-1.
Yeah.
You knew the pass was going over the leading
going to him.
scorer.
I knew it as soon as he got the puck. Put it across. And
McIntyre's not going to miss from
I knew that
from there.
was in the net.
So that was the game.
Yeah.
Should we do our 3 stars?
Yeah, I guess I think it's my turn to do the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go. Star number 3.
Who you're putting me on the spot here? I mean, this is a St. Albert dominated game tonight. This is tough. You know what? I will give the 3rd star to Salisbury. I know it as much as they didn't get the win, right? But he was very solid in this hockey game.
Well, he's the only reason why they were even close in this game. He honestly was.
Yep.
He was honestly. That's a good 3rd star.
Yeah, I would give him the 3rd star. I wouldn't give him anything higher because obviously they didn't end up finding a way to win that hockey game, or he didn't make that final save. But again,
well, it's not his fault. He gave up a 2-on-1.
No, but
and he actually made a save on a 2-on-1 earlier
in the game. Yeah. But yeah, I can't give him a star higher because obviously they lost the game. But he was the best player on the ice for the Junior Oilers tonight.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. I'll give the 2nd star, I guess, to the other goalie, Kai Zarowski, because without him in between the pipes in the third period, he wasn't challenged that much in the first 40.
No.
But in the third period, if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't be walking out here with a W.
Nope.
Right? So, 2nd star, Kai Zarowski had a terrific game. He only gave up 1 goal, and it was kind of a fluky goal. So.
Yeah, I mean, this just teased me up. Ozzie McIntyre with the first star of the night. He had the game winner and just really such a smart player. I came in on the broadcast saying he makes some beautiful plays, sees the ice very well, and that's the big thing. The difference between the players who are scoring the most and the least is being able to see the ice, and Ozzie McIntyre sees it at such an elite level that some of his passes are just so beautiful, and as much as that goal was not as much him, he put it in the empty net, but just some of the plays he made earlier in the game as well that gave them some chances going the other way. So I had to give him the 1st star tonight in this one.
Sure. And honorable mention, I would say, to their captain, Zach Zielinski, who had a couple points, couple assists.
Yeah.
And speaking of seeing the ice well, he was all over the ice.
Yeah, he had a good.
And he set up the two first goals for the St. Albert Raiders.
Yeah, he had a good game.
So he was a good game too. But it was a game dominated by the St. Albert Raiders, and after having a close game against the Lancers and having a shutout, Junior Oilers only able to score 1 in this game. They got to find their offense sooner rather than later, Ewan, because we're getting down to the stretch now.
Yeah.
The final just over a month of the season.
Yeah.
It's time to buckle down and get the puck in behind the net.
2 more things I wanted to get to, Josh, in this one. More in the general idea. The first one is They lost Ashton Lee and Eric Ripka. We said this a few times. They're gone. They're gone. Totally gone. Right? They're not coming back. Eric Ripka's out for the season broke his knee. Ashton Lee's out. He went to, well, he's not hurt. He luckily got an opportunity with the Northern Alberta Extreme in the AJHL. So big congrats to him again. I mean,
yeah, that's huge.
The whole goal of the Junior Oilers is to advance players on in the program. Yeah. And they are missing those guys, Josh. And in these last few games, we've noticed how they scored, in my eyes, tonight 0 goals, Josh. The Dante Moreau one, fluky.
Well, yeah,
they had a great third period, but again, they didn't do enough offensively for me to be like, yeah, they deserve to win this hockey game. And that's been the same for...
Well, even last game, they only scored 2.
Yeah, against Lloyd. Again, that's a team that you should be playing pretty well against. You're missing some top guys. The power play doesn't seem the same either, to be completely honest.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, they're missing those. They're missing 2 more guys, right? And you notice that on the ice. They're not the same team as they were, but again, they're going to have to battle through it. Missing these 2 guys, they're going to have to find other ways to score goals. Like Memphis Adenikin, he's been so good since these guys are absent, since he cut off the hair. But
he's been like the one consistent player offensively.
Yep.
Memphis has.
Yeah, which there's been guys that have stepping in, Josh. But again, it's just not enough.
Yeah, I mean,
when your bottom 2 lines tonight weren't really doing much, to be completely fair.
Yeah, well, okay, hold on. Let me vent for a second here. They weren't hard enough on the forecheck. There was multiple occasions in this game where I seen in the booth where they had the puck in deep and they didn't press. They didn't send their guys in. Quite the contrary, actually.
Yeah.
They peeled off. They went to the bench while the puck was in the offensive zone. There was too many occasions where that happened in this hockey game. And if you're going to win these games down the stretch, you can't be soft on the puck like that. You can't. You just can't.
Yeah.
And as someone that wants to see these players thrive and our teams, our Junior Oilers thrive, it's kind of frustrating to see the lack of intensity, the lack of forechecking when it takes a little bit of effort.
Yeah.
Just a little extra effort to get that loose puck, to knock the opposing player off the puck, to lay the body down, just a little more intense. And there's a reason why they lost the game, and I think that was one of the biggest reasons why they lost this game. They weren't hard enough on the forecheck. They weren't hard enough in the defensive zone. And when they did finally, move their feet a little bit more and pick up the pace and play a little harder, it was in the third period. But by then, it was too little. It was too late. You weren't able to score. You weren't able to finish your opportunities on Zarowski. And then you have a breakdown defensively. You allow a 2-on-1 the other way. That's the game.
Yep.
But I want to see some harder play. There's going to be a good test for them next weekend when they're back here at Bill Hunter Arena.
You mean they're gone? Blue's gone.
No, they're coming back to face Orange on Saturday.
Right.
It's a big test for them against Orange. And if they play the way they played tonight, Orange is going to walk all over them again like they did at Rogers Place.
Yep. Which, was not a good game, in my opinion, for either team. Both teams could have played a lot better, which it was not the most entertaining game out of all of them that we've seen from these two. But, yeah, Blues got a big schedule coming up. They faced the Junior Oilers Orange, and then they have to go right away and face Sherwood Park. So 2 big games, and again, they have a tough schedule. Orange has had a lighter schedule as of late. So, again, it's going to be some tough schedule for them.
Yeah, they're
going to have to get one of those 2 big wins.
They're going to have to, like I said, get their act together and just start playing harder, because what I seen tonight, not good enough.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was my little rant for the night.
The last thing I wanted to get to is I kind of asked you this question earlier. If you're looking at the top teams in the North Division, Josh, okay? The top teams right now, obviously, St. Albert, number 1. We have our Junior Oilers, Blue, number 2. Sherwood Park, number 3. Fort Sask, and Orange. Out of those 5 teams, which 2 do you think are the best? And then out of our Blue and Orange, which teams do you think Blue and Orange are beating out of those 3, I guess, other 3? Like if you're looking at it right now, which of those top 5 teams you think are the best 2, not based on standings, just based on what you think right now,
Yeah.
and then like in a playoff series, and then based on what you've seen from Orange and Blue, who do you think Orange and Blue can beat?
Kind of a confusing question, but let's start with the first question. The best 2 teams out of those 5, I would say St. Albert, based on what I've seen here tonight. And I would say it's been a little while since we've seen Sherwood Park. I would say, St. Albert. It's been even longer since we've seen Fort Sask.
Yeah, I wouldn't take Fort Sask in this.
I would say it's hard to take Blue just because of the way they played tonight.
I wouldn't take them. No.
But I would take St. Albert for sure. And I guess I'll take my Orange.
Yeah, I would say the exact same.
Yeah.
Sherwood Park a close third.
Yeah.
I would have Blue at 4. So I might have Sherwood Park over Orange, but they haven't played as well of late. 6-4 in their last 10. St. Albert 8-2 in their last 10. The Junior Oilers Blue kind of falling 5-3, 0-2 in their last 10.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, the Junior Oilers Blue. I bet you if they have those 2 guys, Josh, we're probably looking at they're probably top of the division right now. But again, that's who I'd take St. Albert and Orange. If that'd be my picks right now to go to the North Division final if I was to take 2 teams. But Sherwood Park right in there as well. Blue, just the way they've looked recently, I wouldn't take them.
Yeah,
sure.
I would agree.
Just not a lot of top end scoring.
Well, we're just basing this on the recent play.
Yeah, I would still take. I mean, they can't seem to beat St. Albert or Orange, and I wouldn't take them in a 5-game series. So they're gonna have to figure out a way to beat one of these good teams, and we're gonna get to see if they can next weekend.
It's gonna be an exciting game.
Yeah. Second part of my question here, Josh. Orange. So let's say they play Sherwood Park, St. Albert, and the Junior Oilers Blue. Out of those 3 series, which ones do you think they're winning?
If we're talking Orange?
Yeah.
Orange against
Blue, St. Albert, and Sherwood Park.
I say they beat Blue.
Yep.
Because they just have their number.
Yeah.
I say they beat St. Albert. I think they're a better matchup than Blue is. And I think the Kings, I don't know. I haven't seen the Kings play in a while.
Yeah.
I like the way Blue matches up against St. Albert. Orange.
Yeah.
I like the way Orange matches up against St. Albert because Orange is a little bit they're a little bit bigger, a little bit more physical, and a little bit more intense, forecheck wise, checking wise in general. What I've seen from Orange is not what I've seen from Blue tonight, where there was this lack of intensity.
Yeah.
I don't think Orange necessarily suffers from that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because there's stretches of play, especially in the last few games for Blue, where they're just not hard enough on the puck. And we talked about it on the broadcast, right?
Yeah.
So, it'd be cool to see Sherwood Park back in this building. I'm sure there'll be a couple more games.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Them coming back to Bill Hunter.
They'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, my picks, I think I take Orange over Blue 100%. Just right now, the way the teams are based, Blue's missing those top 2 guys. It's as simple as that. They're missing that scoring. Their defensive play has kind of deteriorated over the last few games here, but this is just based on what I'm seeing right now. They had some great forwards that unfortunately are gone, but yeah, they're still a great hockey team and they'll still be in the playoffs 100%, but I don't think they're going to pose as much of a threat as they did. I would take, if you look at Blue with those 2 guys, I'd take Blue over Orange if they have those 2 guys. But again, losing those 2 guys, it's too tough.
I'm looking at the schedule here. The Sherwood Park doesn't come back to the Bill Hunter.
No.
At all for the rest of the year. So.
Yeah, they're on the road against Sherwood Park.
Yeah, next time we play them, we'll be on the road. Yeah.
Yep. St. Albert against Orange. I'm probably taking. It's probably close. I'm probably taking Orange as well. I like the matchup there.
Yeah.
Top end against top end. I like Orange.
Yeah.
Orange against Sherwood Park. I have Sherwood Park every day. I like the way Sherwood Park matches up against Orange. They have their number in the playoffs last year. And I just like the way that Sherwood Park is built. They found a way to beat Orange. They they battered Orange last year in the playoffs, and again, yeah, I would take Sherwood Park. Would you take Blue against any of these teams in a 5-game series, Josh?
Over Fort Sask, maybe.
Right, which, I mean,
Yeah.
they've been pretty decent, but that's probably all
Fort
I'd take
Sask
them.
will be back a couple times.
Yeah,
So it would be nice to see them play because Orange is still chasing them.
yep,
So it'd be cool to see them play here at the Bill Hunter again. There's a couple meetings. Fort Sask will be in the building. A couple games against Grand Prairie. A lot of these games forthcoming here at the Bill Hunter Arena are against the lower seeded teams.
yeah.
So a chance for Orange and Blue to gain some ground in the standings. And those are games that you obviously have to win. You have to win.
The month of February is going to get teed up by the end of this month, and it's going to be very crucial. So it'll be interesting to see how these teams kind of, bouncing around in the standings because as it stands right now, St. Albert 40 points, 28 games played. Blue 28 games played, 38 points. Sherwood Park has 1 game at hand, so if they win that game at hand, Josh, they're going to be ahead of Blue, and they're going to be in second. And then
It's tight up top.
Yep.
It's tight.
Fort Sask with 30 games played, though, with 36 points. Orange with 27. So 3 games at hand for Orange over top of Fort Sask. Same with Sherwood Park. So there's not real worry in terms of Fort Sask. They played 3 more games than the other teams. So
Yeah, Orange is going to be playing a lot here at the Bill Hunter in the next couple weeks here.
to make up for those games, yeah.
Yeah, so on Friday they play Grand Prairie.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday, Blue and Orange. That's going to be a marquee matchup.
Yeah.
Then the following weekend, end of January, start of February, Orange playing Leduc.
Yeah.
And then on the 1st, that's when the game, Fort Sask playing Orange.
Yeah.
That's 31st and the 1st of February. So Orange going to be playing at home here the next 2 weekends.
Yeah.
And a couple lower seeded teams. And then Fort Sask, that'll be a big matchup. And that Blue versus Orange game next Saturday. Cannot wait for that one. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun game, and then the Rogers Place game on the weekend
on Sunday.
as well. So that's
Sunday,
going to be
26.
awesome.
You can still get tickets to that.
Yep.
Go to the Junior Weathers social media. There'll be links on there where you can get tickets. You gotta buy the tickets online beforehand. You can't buy them at the gate at Rogers Place. That's next Sunday, the 26th at 1:00 at Rogers Place. We'll be there. It was a good turnout for the game last Tuesday.
Yeah, it was. It was good. Yeah.
And it was fun. It was a really
good
cool
game.
Yeah, it was a really cool experience. And so next weekend should be a good weekend of hockey.
Yeah, for sure. I don't really have much more to say other than Blues has the 1 game against Orange, and then they're not back till February 8th. So, I mean, they're going to have to start figuring things out. Then they head to Calgary the weekend after. So,
Well, we're getting down to it now.
yeah.
Final 6 weeks? 6 weeks of the season, I think.
Yeah, which is crazy. It's gone so fast.
It's gone so
And,
fast, yeah.
I mean, the playoffs, hopefully we get to see one of the teams going a long run so we can call these games. And then
Exactly.
hopefully, I mean, I'm not sure. We have to ask Joel about where White is playing this year, but
yeah, well, actually, next episode, we're going to have Rob Lee on
yeah.
as a guest, and he'll probably have some answers for us, too.
Yeah, he's the team manager for Orange and Blue, so
Yeah.
he's been with Paprini a long time, so he'll have some he'll tell us some things and has some good stories for us on Friday. So
Looking forward to that.
that should be a fun episode. That'll be the pregame for Orange, and then maybe we get a guest, assuming that they win that hockey game on.
I got Lee's number, so I could probably ask him if we can get a guest post game.
Yeah, which would be fun.
It's Grand Prairie Storm.
Which can pose a threat. We saw them pose a threat last time, but
Yeah.
So
Grand Prairie Storm against the Orange. Orange playing well.
Yeah.
But if you're Orange, you want to win that game, though, right?
For sure, you have to win that game, especially having to play Blue the next day, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that is going to be a big game. That'll do it for us here today at Bill Hunter Arena. A 2-1 victory or 3-1 victory for the St. Albert Raiders. An unfortunate one for the Junior Weathers Blue tonight, but again, outplayed.
Yep.
Going to have to figure it out. Upcoming here.
Yep.
Nonetheless, thank you for listening, watching, subscribing. It was a fun episode tonight. We got to 24 minutes, Josh. A lot of talk. We're getting longer and longer episodes, which is good. We'll be back on Friday for the pregame. You can check that out. Rob will be with us.
Yeah, looking forward to that. That's going to
Yep.
be a good episode.
And that was the Junior Oil with Manning and Jacko.